Okay, so let us begin by trying to reflect on this hypothetical question. And the question is, if one day you win the lottery, will you quit your job? Or, in order for you to be able to relate to this more, if your family has won the lottery, will you stop going to school? Perhaps some of you are going to say yes at first because you will be thinking that if I win the lottery, then I'm going to have everything that I want in life. There will be no need for me anymore to go to work. I'm going to buy the things I never had before, my favorite clothes, my dream console, my dream computer, my dream car, my dream house, and it would be complete. I will not look for anything else. That would be a normal and a typical immediate response to this question. However, did you know that when this question was asked to professionals, most of them still said that they will remain at work even if they win the lottery? Why is it that these people would still stay on their job even if they are financially blessed? It's because most people get some sort of fulfillment at work that will never ever be replaced by money. For example, in teaching, other than the compensation that we get, we also get some sort of fulfillment. We get some sort of happiness. We get some feeling of achievement that we were able to share what we know. So, in your case, you don't just go to school for your allowance, but rather you also look for achievement. You also look for friends. And your goal is to be able to finish your studies. And you're not just doing that simply for the money. Let us define careers. And a career is a profession that a person may get into either because he has found a good match between his life goals, skills, personality, and interests with a dream job, or it may just be to earn a living. So there are two sides of the equation here. Those people who were so happy with their careers because their personality matches with their job. For example, a person who is very good with public speaking was finally able to attain his or her dream job to be a reporter, to be a politician, or to be a host in the biggest events in the country. On the other hand, there are also people who are just working to earn a living, meaning not all people have a job that they enjoy. Some people may not have a choice, that's why they are working in that company. Some people may be working at a certain job because it's their only opportunity. It would be hard for them if they are going to quit because they may not be able to find that opportunity somewhere else. So we need to be wise in the decisions that we make because I want you to target a life wherein you will have a career that you will enjoy and you will not feel that you are being forced to do something, but rather I want you to have a work that will make you happy. So I want you to attain the status wherein you're not just going to work to pay the bills, but rather your work gives you a feeling or a sense of fulfillment. So do not just target a job that pays the bill, but rather target a job that makes you happy. And in order for you to do that, I hope that you'll be able to know your greatest strengths because your strengths will tell you the career that would be suited to your personality. For example, if you like to help people, then perhaps you are in the helping profession. You can be a good doctor, nurse, you can be a good mental health professional, etc. Of course, there are more other examples out there. Now let's talk about career selection among Filipinos and what are the factors affecting that. The first one is that it's believed that a college diploma is a major factor in improving one's quality of life. And I would say this is true. When you get to college, try to finish it as early as possible. If you can finish a 4-year course within 4 years, please do so. You don't want to be stuck in college for a long time. And this is not to degrade those who had a longer time in finishing their degree. But what I'm saying to you is that try to work as early as possible because it would be harder for you to find opportunities if you are getting older. There's a tendency for companies to hire younger professionals, but sometimes they also hire experienced professionals. So it also depends. But the main idea here is that having a college diploma is a big advantage, especially that here in our country, a college diploma is required for most of the professions. Okay, there are also instances wherein the father or the padre de familia chooses the course for the children, and this is very true, especially for lower income families. Usually, the father is the one who selects the course of the eldest son or daughter. It's because they have to be practical in the course that they select. So sometimes that also means that the child may not be able to study the course that he or she really likes. So if you are given the chance to select any course that you like, consider yourself blessed because not all people have that kind of opportunity in their life. So other than that, some high paying jobs may or may not match the person's interests, skills, and passions, and that is true. So that's why I told you to obtain a college diploma. That's why I told you to know your strengths because sometimes you will find a job that is really high paying, but you do nothing all day but stare at a computer. It may sound fun, but you will realize if you were at my age that it's a boring kind of job. That's why there are people who keep on studying, or there are people who aim for higher position in their company because they want to challenge themselves. Okay? So those are some of the most important factors that I want you to be aware of. Now let's define career. When we say career, this doesn't only refer to work, but rather it's a lifelong process of developmental experiences that focuses on seeking, obtaining, and processing information about self, occupational, educational alternatives, lifestyles, and role options. Meaning, career is not only about work, it's about our different roles in life. Your role as a student, your role as a parent, your role as a citizen, and your role as a worker, all of them constitute your career. So, what I mean to say is that a career is not just your work, but rather it's the compilation of your different roles. That's why we always say that as a student, you need to do your best because your career will not start when you start working, but rather your career has already started. And any choice that you make in the present will reflect in your long term career. So, be wise in the choices that you make. Make sure that you are pursuing the course that you really like. Make sure that what you're doing is really what you want to do. And sometimes it may help if you will ask for advice from those who can give you any advice regarding your dream career. So now that we have already defined the meaning of career, I will present one theory of career, and this is the theory of Donald Super, and he viewed career as a life career rainbow, meaning he believed that when we say career, it starts from birth until our death. So it's not just about work, but also it's about our different stages in life. So what are these? This involve you as a student, you as a child, you as a citizen, you as a worker, as a parent, spouse. So these are our different roles and they are the different pieces of the puzzle when we say career. So basically for Super's view, our career starts when we are our childhood, when we are in the growth stage. You dream of, for example, of becoming a doctor or becoming a lawyer, and then eventually you will get to exploration stage, meaning in the adolescent stage around 15 until early adulthood, you will be exploring if that is what you really want and how will you be able to get closer to your career. You choose your course, you choose your strand, you choose your work. So you are exploring the different possibilities, but when you reach around early 30s to early 40s, you will learn how to settle and choose a more permanent type of work because that will be the source of income for your family so that you can support your spouse as well as your children. So that is the establishment stage. I believe that when you are at this stage, you are more likely to have higher position. You can be a supervisor or a manager or a leader of a certain group. And then eventually, you will be in the maintenance phase. And in the maintenance stage, you are already done with the competition, meaning you are now at a latter stage of your career, meaning you don't want to compete anymore with others for promotion, but rather you just want to maintain your status at work. You are just happily preparing for your retirement while still trying to contribute to your company. For example, there are a lot of teachers in their 50s, they try to help the younger teachers at this stage by becoming a mentor or a leader in the faculty room. So that also applies with other work. And eventually, when you reach your old age or being a senior citizen, you will now be in a decline. So when we say decline, not just physically but also cognitively, meaning there you may have memory problems, thinking problems. You may now struggle with the things that you can do before. That's why you are now limited and you are not as capable as you once were. But at this stage, you are trying to contribute in other ways. For example, by leading your grandchildren, by sharing your knowledge to them, or by helping them choose a course that they can pursue when they get to college. So there's a new way for you now to contribute to others, and that is still considered as part of your life career. So this is one of the views that would say that career is not something that is only at work, but rather career is a lifelong process. We also have what we call Holland's career model. In the model of Holland, he believes that there are six classification of people, and this is shortly known as RIASEC. R stands for realistic. These are the people who prefer technical, outdoor, and even athletic pursuits. So they are doers. They make use of their bodily capabilities. We also have what we call integrative. So they are the thinkers. They are the scientific ones. They are the ones who like to integrate data. That's why they are very good as researchers, as investigators. We also have artistic ones that can be arts through painting, literature, dancing, singing, performing arts. So that's for the artistic people. We also have what we call social. So these are the helping professionals, for example, doctors, guidance counselors, even teachers, psychologists, and there are different professions that we consider as helpers. So for example, nurses or those who work in the hospital setting, they also help other people. We also have persuaders. So the persuaders are the ones who are excellent in leading, influencing, and persuading other people. So they are the politicians or our community leaders. And we also have those who are conventional or those who like to do things the old way. And doing things the old way typically helps in management and because they deal with a lot of numbers. That's why there are people when they handle cash, they don't really trust the computer or the software in doing everything. They would still prefer to have their own records. So that's their strength. So basically, we have our own strengths, and we hope that we'll be able to find a career that will suit our own strengths. So basically, that's what you need to know as an introductory lecture about the person and his or her career. So I hope that with the views that I shared to you today, you will be more careful about the decisions that you make because the decisions that you make will reflect on your lifelong career. And when we say career, don't just think about work, also think about schooling, also think about getting a college degree, a master's degree, even a doctoral degree, because all of those things will pay off in the future. You may not realize it now, but obtaining a diploma in senior high school, in college, even in masteral and postgraduate studies, all of them are things that you will be thankful for when you achieve them. And if you have more educational attainment, you will have more opportunities. You will have higher positions. So hopefully, you will be wise in making decisions in your career and study well so that you will have a good career from now until the future. So that's it for this lecture about persons and careers, and I do hope that you learned a lot. Thank you. That's it.